Yamcha. The nerve of that motherfucker to be slapping Beerus on the back like if he can do that, like, you peon. You fucking peon. So this episode of Dragon Ball Super, much better than last week's episode as far as art and animation goes. I mean, a lot of the scenes actually look pretty damn good. And, I mean, almost anything could be a step above last week's episode as far as art and animation goes, so there's no surprise there. Getting the flashback of Vegeta and Beerus and King Vegeta and how he had his foot on King Vegeta, you can definitely see some of the changes from Battle of Gods to what they did. For starters, the character design for little Vegeta, I'm interested that they brought back the bangs, because while it's cool and it's more true to, I believe, the original look of what Vegeta had when he was a kid, it kind of contradicts the whole statement that Vegeta had made a while back where he's like, a Saiyan's hair stays the same way his entire life, where you don't got bangs no more, motherfucker. But either way, I prefer that look anyway. I mean, Vegeta just looks a lot more innocent and at the same time badass, but also the way that it was done, because if I'm correct, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but didn't Vegeta just hide the entire time during the battle, or not battle, the desecration of King Vegeta's balls, where Beerus had his foot on his head, but in this one, he came out screaming and got owned, so I think that adds more to the whole trauma aspect of Vegeta, why he's so scared of him, because it's like he's seen his father have his fucking head down and then he owned the fuck out of him like ease. So yeah, it kind of adds a little bit more. I think this episode is probably one of the, if not the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super thus far. The setup that it did and some of the tweaks that it made from Battle of Gods were actually better, or even more funnier, I ain't gonna lie. Although I will say the reasoning for Goku staying behind on King Kai's planet was a little bit like, huh? I mean, in the movie, it was that he stood behind because he got his ass kicked and he's like, what the fuck? And he's just sitting there. But in this one, it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit on top of your house. I'm like, okay. I mean, I get it that King Kai is like, no, motherfucker, do what I say, but yeah, I don't know, just kind of weird. Another tweak that I felt was done better in this episode of Super opposed to Battle of Gods was the battle between Majin Buu and Beerus. It's good that they kept intact the reasoning, because I find it to be a fucking riot that this whole shit started over a pudding pop, like a cup of pudding started this entire battle with the God of Destruction, but Majin Buu got his fucking ass handed to him, even worse than in the actual movie. In Dragon Ball Super, I mean, he just got tossed around, got fucked up. His punches did absolutely jack shit. I was waiting and I was really hoping that Toei would have added, or Toriyama would have told Toei to add even a small little line of Beerus saying, oh, that's the legendary Majin Buu. I thought you were stronger than that, as he fucked him up. I really was like, that was the perfect opportunity to insert the legend of Majin Buu, this legendary creature of the universe. But it could very well be that Beerus is just ignorant to the situation because he was sleeping during the attack on the, Supreme Kais and whatnot. Maybe he just, he isn't aware of it. And that scene right there was definitely the indication where, holy shit, if this dude just came and beat the shit out of Majin Buu, the last villain that they fought, he is no fucking joke. So right there, that was the point of the episode that made everyone aware of this truly great threat. And I've said it already a couple different times, but this episode yet again just made Beerus and Whis, while they still have some of those jokes regarding like that they like food, they just come across as a lot more menacing, and it's kind of in a way reminding me, or reminiscent so to speak, of the androids, how they, except it's the opposite way. In the future Trunks timeline, the androids were just diabolical, evil and whatnot, but in our timeline, the androids were a little less sinister. They were more so just like rebels without a cause. So again, this could very well be something along the lines of even Dragon Ball Xenoverse, where there's some sort of time travel that's fucking shit up. Maybe the whole thing of, in case you haven't heard, by the way, spoiler alert right here, 1, 2, 3, Champa, the character that's supposed to be the other God of Destruction, maybe he came and fucked up the timeline, and that's why things are slightly altered and different. And I think next maybe 5 or 6 episodes, we're really going to see the changes from Battle of Gods to this. We're already seeing small instances, but it could very well be that there's been a trigger from Champa showing up at some given point to change everything. And then last but not least, the Vegeta cooking scene. Switching it up from the karaoke shit to the cooking. I mean, the karaoke shit was gold. The cooking shit was gold too. And I think it just made him look even more goofier. And people will argue, and I've had this debate with several different people, that's out of Vegeta's character, what the fuck? No, that is exactly who Vegeta has become. When he declared, Kakarot, you're better than me, when he finally realized how much he loves Bulma and Trunks, when he sacrificed himself, that shows he's willing to do anything to defend his family. And not to mention, we know as part of Vegeta's character, when he's traumatized by something, even though it's filler, it's still has been somewhat shown in several different instances. When something scares him, he does weird shit, or he just acts different. I mean, Broly, again, it's not canon, so can't really argue this too much, but the legendary Super Saiyan had him pissing his pants. Cell, when he was kind of scared of him, he really didn't want to do shit until the very end when he helped Gohan with that final blast to take out Cell. And I think in this instance as well, it's just he was traumatized from the past, and he cares about his family and this entire planet. I mean, one of the things that showcases the development of him caring about the planet is him having that little dream of the planet being destroyed and him there by himself and thinking back of, Planet Vegeta and whatnot. That shows he's changed. And all in all, honestly, awesome episode. The action was kick-ass. It looked good. I mean, just miles and leaps and bounds above last week's episode as far as art and animation. I mean, last week's episode still, if you take away the art and animation looking absolutely dog shit, it was an okay episode, but this one, the fights and everything, it's taking Battle of Gods and actually doing certain aspects better, which, if you're gonna do it, then do it right. So maybe a 7.5 to an 8 for this episode. A lot of setup and build up for next week, Vegeta versus Beerus. And honestly, I'm gonna call it right now, and I might make a full-on discussion video. I think personally, and I want to know what you guys think, they're going to add Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta next week after Bulma gets smacked in the face, and I really hope I see that. But do you guys think you're going to see that? Let me know a couple different things. First of all, do you think that some aspects in this episode was done better than Battle of Gods? Are we going to see Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta next week versus Beerus? And what do you think? Is this like one of the best, if not the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super thus far? I mean, when you're taking things from an awesome movie like Battle of Gods and making them even better or sometimes even funnier, that's good shit. Yeah, we're thoughts of the episode, but that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, if you could do so as well, that'd be amazing. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.